I started helping my father, 9 years of age, on the front of the show, and he gave me a microphone and said, you get some people in this show, son. And I was on the front of the show for, what, nearly 40 years of my life.
Being near it, it feels right. I think we all love it.
Yeah, it's in our blood to love it.
We all love it.
It's entertainment. It's what we do. It's our industry.
Showman are like an extended family.
My dad means sort of everything.
He's who we look up to and who we want to be, more or less.
Yeah.
He's the Mr. Miyagi.
that's exactly it, yeah.
My granddad and my dad don't get on, but it's typical in-laws. Everybody's got family dramas.
So you're saying we're doing something wrong here?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Well, we're not,
Yes,
OK? We're not.
Nipper is a true showman legend. He is known up and down the country by everybody. There isn't nobody that doesn't know him.
I don't think they'd ever want to stop being a showman. Hopefully, there's a lot of life left in this old dog yet. This is my wagon, and this is the Showman's traditional living wagon, which showmen across the country live in and travel around the country with. Out of all the amenities that we need these days, living room, kitchens, bedroom areas, it has come a long way from the old wagons of many, many years ago. This is a bus that I was brought up in and lived in, or one of them. Room was at a premium. So I remember one day my father went and come out after my mother had a set of twins, and he came back, and where we never had enough room for more to sleep, he bought some hammocks and put the children in there, and then you could just rock them to sleep, and they was just, they just loved it. You know, it was like, I suppose for a child, it was heaven, swinging heaven. Oh dear, where's the time gone? My grandmother there used to be known as Mae West of show business in her youth. She'd be telling the tale to the public, telling them what was going to take place on the show, what you was going to see and do. There'd be the crocodile skin man, you know, the elephant skin man. There was all different kind of people, but today, you know, our society has changed. It wouldn't be appropriate to do that, but in those days it was. And the public would come and you could walk along there. My father would do sword tricks and fire eating, dancing girls, drums and music playing. It was all excitement. I started helping my father, 9 years of age, at the Kingsley Martyr, banging the big drum on the front of the show, and he gave me a microphone and said, you get some people in this show, son. And I started there, and I was on the front of the show for, what, nearly 40 years of my life. It's like losing one of your arms to an extent, you know, because all our showmen's wives do a lot of work in the industry. They work alongside you as a team. Sandra had our first child when we were 16, and we ended up with 3 sons and 2 daughters, which we brought up in this life and industry, that they worked alongside of us and grew up with it until they all got married and created their own businesses in show business world and travel the country, which they still do today. So it's a family unit that works together, and that's what makes it so wonderful, that it is a thing that we do and you know, as a complete unit. This is Appleton's yard. This is our family unit where we live. As you can see coming up here, this is known as the chalet. Here's where Brittany and Monique live, my grandchildren. Monique and Brittany, they're a couple of little live wires, actually.
We are in here, us two, me and my sister, all day, every day. We just sit on the bed, we do TikToks in here, we do stupidity stuff in here. What are you laughing at? Me and Brittany do everything together. We near enough get classed as twins. We're that much alike. Yeah, so this one's my room. It's symmetrical, so straight through is the bathroom, our adjoining bathroom, and then the other side's Brittany's room.
We used to leave the doors undone, and I would just like sit up and I could see her in the bed still. And it was, I could see her there, so
Pulling
I knew
faces at
someone
me.
was there. We've both got our own trailers now. They're side by side. We're next to each other, so we're not even far from each other still.
Yeah, I'd say we've lived a sheltered life. For us, we're in our own little bubble, so we come back and as soon as we step on our land, it's like, oh, no one, the outside world don't see in.
Going down to what we call the bottom of this yard, this area down behind you is where we store all the machines, the equipment, the lorries and things. This is where we do all our maintenance. As you can see, we have some of the children's ride, the old-fashioned swing boats, which shortly these ones now will be taken down today and tomorrow, ready to go down to the King's Lynn Mart tomorrow night.
The men don't actually do anything inside the household. They do the outside work, the maintenance of the fun fair rides, whereas the women will be inside. They will make sure that there's food on the table, clean clothes, tidy home to come back into. It's not so much of a tradition, it's just more that's their job and this is our job. But each family is different. When I do get married and I've got my own home, knowing that my husband's going to be outside in the cold all day working to put food on the table for us, me giving him a clean home and clean clothes to come back into and a warm home makes me happy knowing that he's going to be happy. Me and my boyfriend have been together almost 5 years now. When I get married, I'll be moving up to Scotland. I think it'll affect Brittany because she's always had me at her side 24/7. So I think she'll be a little bit lost and I'll be upset that I'm leaving her as well.
It is a spectacular open at the King's Lynn Mart. It holds a special place in our heart for us because we live here and we've been associated with it for a long time. And when we open here, you'll see the big bang on Saturday at the Lynn Mart. Yeah. Showman's industry and in a body is one big family across the country, from Land's End to John O'Groats. And usually when the children get married, they're married into another Showman's family. So the extension just grows and grows, you know.
Showman are like an extended family. I mean, you know, I've known Nip all my life. That's pretty good.
All right, let's go out.
Getting boys is, it's good because they carry the name on.
I'd say my dad means sort of everything, you know what I mean?
He means more or less like the world. He's our role model. He's who we look up to and who we want to be, more or less.
Yeah.
He's the Mr. Miyagi.
That's exactly it, yes.
A yard is very important to Showman because we've got a lot of work and maintaining to do. We've got to go somewhere. We've got to park up and we've got to get all the preparations ready for the following season. I've got around about 5 to 6 rides here. I've got a lot of infrastructure. You know, I must have up to 20 loads in total. They only let me stay here and use the facilities out of a goodwill gesture, really. But they could say to me at any point, now or in the future, we'd like you to leave. I don't know what I'd do, to be quite honest with you, because I wouldn't want to be on the side of the road. I'd have to start putting rides in separate locations all over the country. I mean, my business just couldn't work that way.
We are now arriving with all our living wagons. We have got between 40 to 50 families that own parts of the fairground and own and operate them on the King's Lynn Mart. Go back a bit. Oh.
I don't know where I'm supposed to put this trailer.
Well, why don't you give Nipper a ring then?
I've tried, but I can't get through. John and Harrison, they got their way of doing things, and I've got my old-fashioned way of doing things. John, leave the radio alone, please. I've got too much to think about. Don't need that on at the minute.
All right, well, we can't do that for the minute till we've found Nipper, can we?
I know, but it's distracting me.
Well, distracting you what, driving or something?
Yes.
All right, OK.
You know, if I say we're going to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, one will say 7 and the other one will say 8. So, you know, we bicker about everything, basically.
You go up, John, and I'll back you in.
Nipper, I mean, he's a big part of King's Lynn Mart, and he'll be organising everyone.
Listen to me, and you'll be OK. When you go like that, keep going like... Now follow it, John.
Could be all hell breaking loose somewhere, but he's very calm.
Like that, you got it, son, you got it. Nice and steady, go on. Keep like that, kid, keep like that. Some people, you have to guide them in and say, look, please do this as you see, or please do that. But they get a bit flustered because they want to get in and get sorted. But it all comes together OK in the finish. We've done it for 800 years, so I'm sure we'll manage this year. But in them days, we come with a horse and cart. It was a lot easier. Yeah, giddy up boy, and then it was in.
There's an awful lot of health and safety now. You know, I mean, safety first is paramount on whatever we do. Now, it's not a way of life anymore, it's a business. And you've got to run it as a business.
Go steady.
The problem at King's Lynn was, in one word, hectic.
Everything's got to be precise, especially at somewhere like King's Lynn. There's no room for error.
Over here, Lawrence. Here, right. There.
You've got your markings down. That is your position. If you're over one way by 4, 5, 6 inches, obviously that affects the next person, and then he can then tell onto someone else's positions.
Belongs to our family, not yours.
Yeah, they can come and have a few arguments. you know, things like that, especially in the early hours of the morning.
That's a fake bolt.
Is that a fake bolt?
That's a fake bolt. That's
Is
a
that
proper
right?
council bolt over
Is that
there.
right? So
Yes.
you're saying we're doing something wrong here?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Well, we're not,
Yes,
okay?
because-
We're not. Well, just one disagreement, as you see, because somebody started wailing that it was on his ground, but he never gave us a chance to measure it up properly and get on the mark. So, but that was resolved. As you see, I measured it up, just pushed it forward them few inches, and that was problem solved.
Was it your daughter's husband?
Yes, it was, yeah. Big families have differences of opinion, but, you know, in general, then give it time and it gets sorted out and you carry on, you know, as a family. It is nearly 2 o'clock. It's 1:48. And it's my bedtime. Yeah, time to call it a day.
Is that okay? Yep, there. We can watch telly now.
Want it for like the fairs to make a comeback, you know? And the quicker we get built up and get open, the better, I think, because I can't wait.
Yeah, I mean, we've lost 2 years. We need to look at King's Lynn to see how the rest of the season's going to be. So if we have a good King's Lynn, then hopefully we're in for a good summer.
Oh yay! Oh yay! Oh yay! The said March All Fair be holden this year. Doth begin, God save the Queen.
Being here, it feels right because this is what we are, this is what we do. I think we all love it.
Yeah, it's in our blood to love it.
We all love it. I think every showman can
It's
say
the
the
excitement,
same.
the thrill, the atmosphere, seeing the little kids and families walk around with their candy floss, their balloons, getting excited, getting in the queues to go on to the next ride.
I feel proud because I'm proud of what I am and what we've done and what we've achieved in life. It's important to my dad because he's coming up 80 and our family don't live that long in life because we work hard and we burn ourselves out. He's got to go on. He's special.
Storm Eunice has hit the UK, damaging properties and causing extensive travel disruption because of powerful winds. And it's just been confirmed that 2 people have been killed.
We are concerned with the forecast and how severe the wind may be. And we won't have the fair open for the public for safety, as you say.
Have you checked the diesel in the lorry? We'll get that done sooner rather than later then, please.
Yeah, I know.
So if there's any issues, we know about it.
Sometimes my dad could be a bit stressed, but the things that's going on behind the scenes, it's all on his back. Do you know what I mean? And we don't have no staff. We do it all ourselves. I worry about my dad when he gets stressed out because I don't want anything to happen to him.
It's not only that you've lost money due to the weather, it's the fact that all the rides out there is left out there to the elements, so you're up all night long, you know, keeping an eye on things and making sure everything's tied down. So it's not like a day off to us because we're closed.
It's not just cheap equipment, it's hundreds of thousands of pounds worth of equipment. Normal people think they've got worries about payments and bills and loans and things like that. Well, you times that worst worry and times that by 10 because you've got everything else on top of it.
The most important thing for my family would be a base to work from. Just can't see why it's taken as long as it has. I think it's just easy just to keep putting a showman at the back of the list. I don't feel that the council understand the urgency or the position that I'm in. It's frustrating because there's not just me in the same predicament. There's showmen all over the country that's in the same situation.
We just want somewhere to put our equipment, somewhere, you know, everybody's got to have a home, everybody's got to have somewhere to go.
Me and my family are homeless at the moment. This bit of land means so much to me. This would be a future for me and my family, somewhere where we can call home.
Bye. See you later.
Bob, stop it. Sit down.
That was the first time he's ever listened to you.
Ever.
Indy's got her head screwed on. She's very brainy. She's into her schoolwork and studying.
Whenever there's everybody around, it's really difficult to do schoolwork because the kids are very chaotic. The iPads are really loud, or they're shouting and jumping around, or they're playing with their toys, and I can't focus. I feel like I'm just always waiting for time on my own before I can do schoolwork.
Why is your top on backwards?
Because I want it this way.
I'm going to have this at the table. Education to me is very, very important. All my children, I'd strive to keep them in school as much as possible. I've seen so many people struggle in our business without an education. And although many people do get by without it, I don't want my children to just get by.
Do you like school?
No.
Why don't you like school?
It's a waste of time. I want to be a showman, so I don't really care about education.
When I was Ocean's age, I had the same point of view of her. I didn't really like school. I thought it was pointless. And I wanted to travel all the time. But now I've realised that it is important. When's the last time you had a haircut?
I don't know.
OK. Looking. Are they too tight or are they all right? Them are all right. Go on then.
If you get yourself dressed and you go over and open the slip, please.
I'm going to take some homework over to the slip. I'll do a little bit before and then after I've opened up, I'll carry on doing it in there.
OK, all right.
Right, see you later.
All right, see you in a bit.
We used to travel right down to Devon, and every fair we went to, I went to the local school. It's like daunting going to a new school anyway, but then imagine doing that with like 5 schools and just being there for 2 weeks and then just leaving again was like a lot for an 8-year-old. Being based on one school is a lot easier, and it's nicer because you know all the teachers and you know the students. For 1, oh, for 2. Yeah, thank you. It's more daunting when you go into school and you feel like everybody around you is talking about what you don't know. That's sometimes difficult because sometimes you can get behind or can't be at school all the time because I do need to help my family. A lot of my showman friends haven't taken their GCSEs. Some people just chose not to take them because it's easier.
A lot of people don't. A lot of my friends haven't taken them because they don't really care about it. I've chosen to do mine, so in case I want to do anything else later in life, in case I don't want to be a showman, I thought, might as well just do it now while I have the opportunity because I might regret it later in life.
What are your aspirations?
That's a big word. I don't think you have aspirations in travelling. Just like to be able to provide for my family, just being financially stable, not having to worry about money and just be happy. Or not, I don't want to live in a mansion and have a fast car, I just want to be happy.
I know she's going to be a showman, and I don't see the necessity for her to take her GCSEs, but I do believe reading and writing is enough, and obviously maths are a quite an important part. But once you've got all of that, to be a showman, you know, a GCSE in English is not going to help in to be in the showman life in any way. Learning to drive and building up and pulling down and the ways of our life are sort of a bigger education than any GCSE is going to help. But it's her decision at the end of the day. It's not me going to force her. But as I said, I know Indy's going to make a great showman. I do.
17, 18, 19, 20. Ready or not, here I come.
When he comes in the doorway here, we're going to have two nice dancing girls, because as you can see, the Mexican Twist is my family's show. We've got people coming from all over the country. There'll be about 100 main family members. Yes, it is very rare for us all to be together because we're a massive family. Very special day, yes, yes. We're quite excited and quite nervous. Ladies and gentlemen, Dad will be arriving in 5 minutes. Could everyone stand around the dance floor, please? And all the immediate family up by the door. Right, he's here, he's here. Come on, family, family.
What a party! It was overwhelming, to be honest, to have all my family there, and it was a shock. And I was well surprised and pleased that all my family, grandchildren and great-grandchildren, could be there for that day. I will carry on as long as humanly possible. Now, I won't retire. I will want to be around my people and my industry and my fellow showmen. Hopefully, there's a lot of life left in this old dog yet.
Nipper means everything to us. He is the start of our family. He's the man. He is the first of us. Without him, be a little bit lost.
We are a showman's family, and I wouldn't want it any other way than being a showman and entertaining the public of this country.